The Chinese government is a government of monsters, okay? I mean, this is not, there's no black and white here. This is a government that slaughtered 65 million of its own people. That's 8 times the population of New York. Each one of them just as real to himself as you are to yourself.
It's just interesting to me that they have so much stock in our economy, and that they are open about censoring their own citizens. And I think what really drew the line for me was seeing all these protesters hold up the American flag and promote free speech and stuff like that. And I just was curious about why we still allow this communist superpower to roam free.
Well, because the simple answer to that is because power is limited, and our power is as limited as anybody. But make no mistake about it, the Chinese government is a government of monsters, okay? I mean, this is not, there's no black and white here. This is a government that slaughtered 65 million of its own people. That's 8 times the population of New York. Each one of them just as real to himself as you are to yourself, okay? So they slaughtered 65 million people. Until 2015, they were tying women down. So that's 4 years ago. They were tying women down and forcing them to be sterilized and forcing them to have abortions. Their dissidents disappear, and then they take their organs and sell them, which sounds to me like something I would make up, okay? I mean, that doesn't even sound like a real thing. It's a real thing. This is a bad group of people, okay? So when LeBron James comes out and doesn't, after disrespecting the American flag, comes out and says, I can't stand up against China, he's wrong. When Shaquille O'Neal, who is a giant of a man in more ways than one, came out and said, no, we have free speech, we're going to say whatever we want, that's what we want our athletes to say, that's what we want our, Quentin Tarantino said it. I don't even like Quentin Tarantino, but he's all right with me now. I'll go back and see his movies again. It's a major thing. And, I used to joke that Google used to have the phrase, don't be evil. That used to be their slogan. They should have just changed it just a little bit because they have done horrible, evil things in working with China. And we have got to come out and speak up about this. And Trump has done a good job of putting them on their back heels. I think that's a wonderful thing he's done. He gets no credit for it whatsoever. Maybe it's all money in his mind, but I think it goes beyond that. And I think that we have to say, yeah, I want a cheap iPhone. Yeah, I want to trade with China. I don't want to take, look, China has never been free. It's not going to be free tomorrow. It's not going to be free next year. It's not that we can make them free, but I think we do have to speak up and not be cowardly about it. It drives me nuts because they're such phonies. I mean, the Disney company does movie after movie where they give you a different colored Disney princess to show you how, tolerant they are and how we should all be tolerant. And meanwhile, the Chinese are putting religious minorities in concentration camps, and Bob Iger won't say a thing about it. I mean, that's absurd. So look, you can't have a war. It would destroy the world. I mean, and it's not a question of forcing them to be who we are. It's a question of us maintaining our principles so that they are forced to acknowledge them, which is what we did to the Soviet Union. And ultimately, the Soviet Union on its own weight came tumbling down. And that's what we want to do to China.
Yes, sir. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.